Hi there, my name is Justin Greene and today I'm doing my final persuasive speech on global warming. A lot of people say that global warming isn't real, and after doing some research on this specific topic, I've realized that global warming is real and it's actually changing the Earth faster than what we realize. So imagine a world that's 4 to 12 degrees warmer all year round. Well, here's the thing, you don't need to imagine it, because if the greenhouse gas emissions remain the same, the average world temperature could increase 4 to 12 degrees by 2100. Global warming is basically the increase of the average surface temperature due to the effect of greenhouse gases such as carbon monoxide from burning fossil fuels, carbon dioxide, and from deforestation. The causes for global warming really are never-ending. It's everything that we do on a day-to-day basis, from turning on your lights to driving your car to, our clothes being made in factories. It's just everything that is ingrained in our society becoming industrialized has changed the face of our Earth. So today I'll talk to you about global warming more in depth, as well as what the causes are and how we can actually try to prevent the climate change that we're heading towards. So as I stated, global warming is the actual surface temperature of the Earth rising from fossil fuels, greenhouse gases, everything that just gets trapped inside our ozone layer. Deforestation is actually where it all starts. Clearing out trees and forests to make room for new homes, new factories, and simply just making paper, pencils, everything that we use wood for, is actually taking away from the trees, taking out the carbon monoxide that's actually going into the ozone, and it allows the sun to actually burn through more direct rays. So we move on to the next part. Burning of fossil fuels is another huge contributor to global warming because it burns the holes in the ozone layer, which leads to more direct sun rays. And then there's also industrialization. Now this is the part that we really can't change because it's something that we need. We need cars, we need clothes, we need, everything that we do is run through factories. So what we need to try and do is actually come up with newer ways to use greener energy and to be more efficient with the things that we do. There's actually many impacts on our Earth that are visible to see that global warming is having an effect. And this is a big one that we can actually show to people who are non-believers. So the impacts of global warming has, say, for instance, on ice glaciers. In the last decade, there's been significant melting, which has caused the ocean temperatures to change and sea levels to rise. We have glaciers and mountains. There was actually, in the Glacier National Park in Montana, there's currently only 27 glaciers. In 1910 there was 150. So obviously this is showing a huge difference of what during this past century, when we've become more industrialized, how this is affecting these, natural sites that are here on our planet. On top of the glaciers, there's, just the impacts on regular land. Low-lying cities such as New York City, while the glaciers continue to melt, the sea levels rise. Causes desalination. It changes actually our whole entire current, which leads to climate changes, which then changes everything from more rain in areas that didn't get rain, tornadoes. There's just total climate changes that are occurring all over the place, and that's why you're seeing more things as these hurricanes that are just becoming more and more just brutal to what it's actually doing to our landscape. So the next question is there actually anything that we can do to prevent global warming? There are several things. None of them have really been said that they can change the world where it's heading, but there are things that we can do to help. Plantation's a simple way to kind of just give back to the earth and kind of bring back to where we were before. So, I mean, just by planting trees and plants and flowers, that circulates that CO2 that's in our environment. And just, I mean, not that there's a way to repair the ozone, but it helps to stop furthering the cause that we're doing right now. Greener transportation is key, to try and stay more on track with the electric cars, not using the fossil fuels that are just destroying the ozone. And more public transportation would be a huge one that could greatly help because, I mean, let's be honest, nobody uses it. You know, especially in America. Chinese is actually they're the leading cause for CO2 pollution in the entire world. And I mean, simply there's things that you can just do at home. Turn off your lights when you're not in the room. You know, turn off your TVs. Try and actually make it a point to buy energy efficient appliances. These things that you don't think that make a difference when you do it yourself makes a difference when it's everybody in your neighborhood, everybody in the state. So there are things that we can do that can actually prevent this fast track that we're heading down to really contributing to the global warming. It's one thing if it happens itself, it's another thing if we cause it to happen. And that's what we've been doing. So in conclusion here, unless we make a change, global warming is here to stay, and it is going to significantly change our planet. So there's tons of solutions to this dilemma, and there's still tons of non-believers. But what I would like to show with everyone is that if you get the time, there's a video that will change your mind. And it's called Chasing Ice, and it's actually a video about the glaciers over the last 12 years in Iceland. And it just shows you how everything is changing. And I feel that this is something that everyone should see to actually watch it and see this before their eyes change day by day. So, thank you for your time.